Hey, how's it going? I wanted to make this short and sweet because it's late. And I titled it Overcoming Anxiety because there has just been way too many conversations I've been having that make me think that this is happening to more people than just me and a friend. So the other day I was talking to a very close friend of mine. Sorry, my contact is getting weird because it's late. Anyone wear contacts here? Okay, so my friend was telling me about how she really, really struggles. And hey guys, who's coming in? I know it's late. I love you all. Maybe you're in your pajamas in your bed already. I just put on some makeup at 11:30 at night because I care about what you think. And this eyeliner right here, it's gonna come off in 10 minutes, but I just put it on 5 minutes ago. Anyway, side point. She was telling me how she really, really struggles with not looking at her phone to see where her child is located because she has an app for that. And she always wants them to call her and text her and find out where people are, and she always needs to know things. And we were sharing a lot about this word, anxiety. And just happens to be today, one girl reached out to me about the same topic, how to deal with anxiety. Another person talked to me about it the other day, same topic, okay? I just drove on the highway today. Ilana, if you're watching, you know what I'm talking about. With my dad. Marta, are you watching? These are my cousins. They know my dad. The reason why I'm mentioning this is because I had a lot of anxiety with driving. It was liberating. Can I just get an amen? My hands are up in the sky because I'm I drove on a highway. So I have crossed over to the other side where anxiety doesn't control my life anymore. I get to decide if I want to get in the car. I get to decide if I want to do something or don't want to do something. It's not my fear that decides for me. Liberating. Now, let's talk about the feeling of anxiety. What does that do to you? It makes you feel less in control, right? Think about it. When you are anxious, usually you're experiencing a feeling that concerns you. You're not going to be okay. Something's going to happen. Someone's going to get hurt. Someone's not going to make it through this alive. There's this thought that just keeps creeping in. But what if it happens? How will I get through that? See, anxiety originally meant to protect us. It's supposed to let us know of a fearful situation around us. We should be anxious if there is a deadly, animal in front of us. We should develop some kind of response to run away from it, right? Because we're going through, it's a survival mechanism meant to keep us in the world, to keep us perpetuating and have more children and make our future, not to die out, right? That's really the survival instincts coming from with that anxiety. What happened is today's day and age, it's a little bit, it's disturbed. It's it's perverted, I would say. Okay, it's a perverted feeling. It's not really giving you that direction that you need. So what ends up happening? You feel stressed. You develop this anxiety. What if one of my kids don't make it home alive? What if something happens and they give me a deadly illness if I take the ultrasound test again? And what if I, God forbid, have cancer? And this anxiety just eats you up inside. What if I get in the car and I don't get out of the car alive? What if this big ton of metal, as my dad says, he has very fancy ways with words, my dad. If you know Russian, he's a Russian sailor. He's so sweet, though. He's so sweet. He gave his whole day to me. He even, and I'm sideways segueing here, but he took me to get my car washed today. First time I got my car washed. I mean, that was epic. It was really father-daughter bonding moments. Thank you, Dad. It was a step up from him saying I suck as a driver today. He managed to say, "You're okay. You didn't hurt anyone." He was very disturbed by my side mirror, though, because it was kind of dangling. He's like, "What happened?" I was like, topic for another discussion, but I'm better. Anyway, back to my point. The anxiety is meant to give you direction. What happens is it ends up steering you off track, and it's keeping you from living your life. It's keeping you from enjoying living because you're too busy worrying about what will happen if you live in a way that is scary, if it doesn't work out, afraid to get married because it might happen in divorce, afraid to get pregnant because what if you lose the kid, afraid to give birth because what if you don't make it out of it because you heard a horror story. And okay, let's be real, if you're watching terrible news stories every day and you're exposing yourself to horror, you're exposing yourself to scary things, you know what's going to happen? Your mind is a computer. It's just regenerating the same thoughts. The fear and the anxiety you have, just regenerating. You're just creating the same pathway. It's like a train. It's like horses in the racetrack. They just know the grooves have already been in place. They will step into the same grooves because they're comfortable. This is what they know. You want to create a new pathway with less anxiety? My dear, it is totally possible. I have done it. Girl, if I can get into a car with my dad on the highway, you can do it too. You can get into a better mindset. You can do it. You can. It's all you. You're blocking yourself. And you want to have less anxiety in your life? Take out a pen and paper. Write down things that you're grateful for every day, like a real exercise, because that muscle is weak. All you can exercise is the anxiety. Every time you experience a thought that you don't agree with, it pulls you down into like this black abyss of depression. You're like, oh my God. The world is not a scary place. The world is a beautiful place. Today I went to Central Prospect Park, and I'm going to segue again. This is important. I want to share this with you. About 2 weeks ago, I had a horrible experience, what appeared to be a horrible experience. My wallet got lost. It sounds tragic. It was, okay? It was. It was a scary experience because my car got towed away because we didn't make it to 4 p.m. While we were running for the car, that stupid tandem bike had my wallet hanging on it. Long story short, some guy found it, had fun, and I don't know what he's doing with my key right now, but he knows where I live. He might take my car. I don't know. I'm not going to change my key. So now I have to get a new key because I have one, but I don't have a spare. We end up going to the same neighborhood where this Prospect Park is with my dad, and he ends up taking me to get my car washed. And we end up walking in this neighborhood in Prospect Park, in the same place where the horrible thing happened, a beautiful thing happened. I got to spend the best time with my dad. And you know what? You can have more money, but you can't have more time with the people you love. And me, mom of 5, him, got his own thing going on in Brooklyn. I'm doing my thing in Queens. Somehow, God aligned the stars where me and him got to spend quality time together. He got to share with me his vision of the world. There was some concerning things he was saying to me. And he got to hear my stories too. And you know what? He got to watch me feed the ducks with bamba. I was scared, running away because they were coming after me. Apparently, ducks love bamba. I think they're Jewish. But yeah, I'll maybe share that video. It was a little bit scary for me. But what I'm trying to say is, I was scared and I was anxious when my car got towed and my money got taken and my key got taken. But I was scared because I didn't see the whole picture. I was anxious because I didn't see the whole picture. That feeling of anger, fear, anxiety, it happens when we're in that limited vision. When we open up that vision, the people who are really calm in extreme experiences have lived long enough to recognize this is just a piece of the story. Yes, you may be going through a divorce. It's a scary thing. Yes, but this is a piece of your story. This is not your whole story. There's like a rainbow coming after the rain, I know for Jews, rainbow isn't a good thing. Maybe we can have another analogy. I don't know. It's like winning the lottery after you lost a lot of the lottery money that you didn't invest in correctly. I don't know what the word is. It's a lesson. It's an experience. It's a way to appreciate. And I thought about it. If it wasn't for the lost key that I cried over in the backseat of my dad's car, feeling miserable, like a loser, that I can't even keep my stuff together. I'm keeping it kosher. Okay, I know it's 11:30 at night. I'm keeping it real. I couldn't keep myself together. I felt so bad about it. But had I known that God had something special planned for this, because of this, I ended up spending a whole day with my dad. And I value that. Whatever you want in your life to have more peace, you just need to allow yourself to exercise those muscles. And you will find it. You will see it. Okay? I guarantee it. I'll share with you another story since there's so many of you watching and that's so odd for so late. Okay. By the way, Gedalia Fenster is very good if you guys want to listen to him. He's also very helpful. I listen to him for anxiety. He's helped me a lot. Okay. The other day I was in the store. I drove there. I'm sorry. I really need to mention this. I drove. I'm so excited. Yes, I drove. And in the store I met a wonderful friend. And she was going through a really bad story in her life. It's a hard, challenging time. She's going through like a 1-year anniversary of her child passing away. May he rest in peace. Moshe Chaim Ben Kissia. Beautiful woman, beautiful husband, beautiful people. I love these people. That same day, I met another guy. Also great guy, religious guy, wants to get married, trying to start a family of his own. But, you know, the cards haven't opened up for him there. Same visit. I met another woman. Not met, but I saw another friend of mine. Her husband's not working. He's going through a court case situation. And it was so dense with all of this experiences. I came out of there with my shopping bags, but with so much on my mind, not just in my hands. I got in the car, started the car trying to think how to get to Chase Bank. And at the same time, I said out loud, thank you, God, that you have given me an opportunity to recognize how much I appreciate my life. Thank you, God, for all the good that I have. And yes, my life isn't perfect, but experiences teach us to value them, right? And yes, take a moment to appreciate your life right now, because there's someone out there who's praying for what you have. Think about what I just said. Someone said this to me and made such an impact on me. There's someone praying for what you have that you don't appreciate yet. And when I felt that, I got chills within 10 minutes of this feeling. I drove into Chase Bank on Main Street. If any of you know Chase Bank, there's a parking spot there in the back. And I was like, I'm going to do this. Totally don't feel like doing it, but I'm going to do it. So, no, I did not do it, in case you're wondering. I did, however, injure my car. Super embarrassing to share that with my husband and all of you. I did park my car outside because I didn't hurt anyone or anything, although my dad says it could have been a person. Just because you didn't hit somebody doesn't mean you wouldn't have. You were blind to that part. He's always brutally honest with me. Anyway, so I parked the car, I deposited whatever I needed to deposit in the bank. And I have to say, that experience made me so strong to have witnessed all of that and then experience something injuring my car. It was like nothing for me. It was like your reality is just your perspective on life. If you've been through a crazy life, you'll notice people who have been through more craziness in their life value more important things in their life because they don't care about the things that don't matter anymore. It doesn't really matter. Things don't matter as much as people do. And when you realize you have those people in your life, it's so liberating. It's so wonderful to actually not worry and be anxious about those other things. And I know some of you are like, I'm anxious and worried about the people in my life. I know what you're thinking right now because I was that person too. And for that, I want to tell you this. God is kind. Remember that. God is just and kind. I was pregnant with my 5th kid and I was working in radiology. And there was this nagging, anxious thought in my head. What if I'm giving my child radiation? It's an illogical thought because I am wearing a cover. I have a badge with 0 access and really very more exposure in the sunlight for radiation right now, okay? But this thought was on my mind. I couldn't get out of my head. I couldn't sit calmly and eat food normally. It was just nagging my mind. And you know what? I practiced a different thought. I said, let me ask myself a question. Is God good? Yes. Is he great? Yes. Does he want good for me? Yes. So what am I scared of? If he's giving me something that's going to be good for me because he's a good person, he's God, he's good and kind and just, then obviously I'll be okay. Even if I don't know how it's going to be, I will be okay. If I'm still here, I'm getting through it, I'll find God in the story. That's the whole point of that experience. And I felt liberated. You know, that feeling like nothing can touch me. Nothing can hurt me. Because even my beautiful child who I want to be healthy and blessed every day of his life, God will be just. He will be kind, and He will allow me to grow into bigger shoes if that's what He needs from me. To grow into bigger shoes if that's what He needs. So I want you to challenge yourself to write every day something good and appreciative about your life, because it's all perspective. You have a lot of great things going for you. You really do. Just a matter of recognizing them. And when those nagging thoughts come in, challenge them with the things you've been practicing about how blessed you are and how you can't control everything. Because let's be honest, your anxiety is based on control and fear. You're afraid. If you can't control the situation, it's not going to be good. It won't be okay. Newsflash, you have no control. Everything is in God's hands. You literally could walk outside. Does that mean you shouldn't walk outside if you might get hurt? Does that mean you shouldn't drive if you might get hit? Does that mean you shouldn't get married if you might get divorced? Does that mean you shouldn't have kids if you might lose them? We still take risks because we have faith above the fear. Okay, 1 second. I talk so much. I want to wish you all a wonderful night. Thank you for listening. I really appreciate it. Have a great night, and I hope you're okay. If this message hit you somewhere in a good place, I'm happy because it was meant for you. All right, bye. Good night.